I woke to the sound of waves lapping against the jagged rocks. My body sprawled on cold, wet sand. My first thought was that I had died. My second was that I wish I had. The storm had come out of nowhere the night before, capsizing my small sailboat in an instant. I had fought the ocean until my arms gave out, clinging to debris until the current dragged me here, to a small, barren island that looked as if it had been forgotten by the world. As I pulled myself upright, I noticed it. Perched atop the island's cliffs was a tower, ancient and crumbling. Something about it unsettled me, though I couldn't say why. Maybe it was the way it leaned, as though beckoning me, or the faint shimmer of movement I thought I saw in one of its windows. I told myself it was nothing, just exhaustion. With no sign of rescue on the horizon, I climbed the rocky path towards the tower. The closer I got, the worse it became. The air felt heavier, the kind of suffocating stillness that makes you realize how loud silence can be. The tower loomed larger, its stones slick with moss and damp. It was a ruin, more rubble than structure, but there was enough left to suggest it had once been a prison. Inside, the smell hit me first. Damp stone, rot, and something faintly metallic. The light from outside barely reached within. I found nothing but broken furniture and piles of debris. At least, until I stumbled on the journal. It was half buried under what might have been a table once. The cover was wrapped in leather, its clasp rusted and broken. My hand shook as I opened it, the pages crackling with age. The first entry was dated March 5th, 1806. They've locked me here, though I committed no crime but knowledge. The guards have taken my name and my dignity, leaving me with only my thoughts. This place, it breathes. It knows I am here. I hear it in the walls, in the floor beneath my feet. I cannot be alone. I am not alone. Something about the words made my skin crawl. They were written in a neat, deliberate hand, but the ink was smeared as though written in haste or fear. April 19th, 1806. The whispers come at night now, faint but persistent. I try to convince myself it is the wind, but deep down, I know better. They speak in words I cannot understand, yet they make promises I cannot ignore. They promise freedom. As I read, a chill seeped into me. A small beam of light shone through the cracks. As the light permeated the air and touched my skin, I felt a sense of relief that it was not dark out yet. This journal, it had been left here, abandoned. But why? May 3rd, 1806. I found the tunnel. It was where they said it would be, hidden beneath the stone. The voices, they led me to it. They want me to escape, but at what cost? I don't trust them, yet I cannot endure this place any longer. Tomorrow I'll go. If you're reading this, pray for my soul. The final entry was smeared with something dark and flaking. Blood? My stomach began to churn as I folded the journal closed. I should have left then, walked back down the cliff and waited for rescue. But the tunnel, I had to see it. I had to see it was real. I found it hidden beneath a stone slab in the tower's floor, just as the journal described. The entrance was narrow, the air thick with decay. I told myself it was curiosity that drove me forward, but in truth, I felt pulled, as though something was urging me on. The tunnel was worse than the tower. The walls were damp, and the further I went, the more I noticed strange carvings etched in the stone. Symbols that didn't look human. Although I could not see them, I could feel them. And they felt ominous. At the tunnel's end was a cavern, its walls covered in those same symbols. The sky cracked with thunder, and the tunnel began to shake. Light escaped from behind a loose stone that fell during the commotion. I could now see the carvings, and the rest of the room, and in the center was a shallow pit, and in the pit, bones. Hundreds of them. Some human, others, I don't know. Thunder echoed once more, and that's when I heard it. A whisper. It couldn't be the wind. It wasn't my imagination. It came from everywhere and nowhere. A soft, sibilant sound that grew louder, angrier. My chest tightened as I turned to run, the whispers now forming words. Stay. You belong here. You belong to us. In a panic, I scrambled back through the tunnel, the whispers chasing me, clawing at my mind. When I burst into the open air, it was dusk, though I could have sworn I'd only been inside for an hour. I retreated to the far side of the island and waited. And although I'm not a religious man, I prayed I'd be rescued soon. Two days later, a fishing boat spotted me waving frantically from the shore. I didn't tell them of the tower, the journal, or the whispers. They wouldn't have believed me. I brought that journal home, though I don't know why. And sometimes I hear faint whispers coming from it, especially at night. And while I keep it locked in a drawer, I can still feel it calling to me. I've tried to throw it away, but I can't. It's as if the tower, the island, still has a hold on me. And sometimes, when I'm alone, I hear those words again. You belong to